A big Cardano. Take two. A big Cardano partnership with Kraken. What does that mean for the space? What does that mean for Cardano? Will price moon? Also, Bitcoin is starting to consolidate. Where will Bitcoin go next? On today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Welcome. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. And today, like every single weekday, we're coming at you live from the studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. In this week of Formula One. All the traffic, the construction cones, it all goes live this week. Are you excited for Formula One, Robin?
We have a lot of viewers that have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Wow.
You think
Traffic.
yes, in case y'all didn't know, Formula One is having a race here in Las Vegas on the streets of the Las Vegas Boulevard, right between all the casinos.
Fast and Furious.
And so it's the first time this is happening in Vegas. So we're really excited. It's pretty badass.
It actually happened in the late 80s.
Did it really?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so cars gonna be the Formula One cars gonna be racing down Las Vegas Boulevard past the Bellagio Fountains,
making their way downtown
by the new Sphere as well.
Racing fast.
By the way, hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we deliver on entertainment from the entertainment capital of the world. Take old, boring, and stale information.
There is so much to go over today. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you're ready for an amazing week. But before we get into anything amazing, I do want to get into our amazing sponsor, and that is Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you run a business and you want to maximize your networking, IT, and your cybersecurity, and you just don't have the time or know-how, there's one company that we believe you should go with, and that is Cam's Blue Wire Tech. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. Here's a video. Rocco?
Here's the video.
So here we have a lady. Ooh, seems like she's getting ready to take a plunge.
Oh, no.
Well, don't forget,
it's
it's icy season.
Oh, my God. Where is the video when the ambulance?
You think she thought she was gonna break through the ice?
Maybe she forgot that it's ice. Water.
I think she knew it was ice. She was just trying to. She thought she would just.
It was a prank. You think?
She thought she would just crush right through.
Yeah.
You know, it probably been worse if she got in there.
Probably yes. It's like glass.
We'll never know, guys. We'll never know. But what we do know is if you're over the age of 65, don't try to play soccer with your grandkids because, well, bad things can potentially happen.
Oh my God. That was the Messi move. The people that know Messi.
Speaking of soccer, when your goalie isn't acting right, well, just sometimes all they need is just a little nudge, okay?
It's okay.
So, the president of China visited San Francisco for something called APEC. And we know San Francisco, all the issue with homelessness, and they're really just letting people loot and do all this. So here's a video of before the president arrived, during the president arriving, and what we're going to see after. And then the governor of California, he spoke to this, and, well, he came out and just admitted that, yes, what they did was because of the Chinese president. Let's take a listen.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true.
Okay.
But
That's terrible, man.
Can you imagine living there and saying, are we chopped liver? Are we chopped liver? Any comment on this?
He even said the people in the background laughing.
Yeah, it's like
At least he didn't deny, right? At least he came out. He's like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but
we
it's still
did.
not
Yeah.
good.
It's like if you your spouse, like say your house is a mess and they refuse to clean, and all of a sudden one of their family members come in town and they clean the whole damn house. Like, why don't you do this all the time?
Exactly. What a good analogy.
Like, why you gotta wait till your aunt comes into town to clean up the damn house? Do this regularly.
What a good analogy. So, my wife, if you're listening,
Oh,
I'm kidding, Shaq.
you slept outside tonight.
I know she doesn't watch the show.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's how I can
I'm
say that.
clipping this and texting it to her.
I swear to God, I will destroy you. Yo, Bored Ape, what is up with these Gucci codependents we paid ridiculous money for? They rust. Like, what the fuck? You know, Robin, you love clowning on.
rusted,
Yeah.
What is
Spent a
it,
lot of money
against-
on this, man.
bro. A Bored Ape. I mean, even right now, what's the price of Bored Ape? Like,
Let's find out.
yeah. Okay. At one time, it was what, like $3 million for an ape at the height?
About 150 ETH when it was like $3 grand.
Yeah. So $3 million bucks.
31 ETH.
So at one point, it was $3 million at the height. Now 31 ETH. So it's still over 65 grand for one of the NFTs.
But it's on the blockchain, bro.
And you can't.
The JPEG is on the blockchain.
And you can't
Oh.
get silver. Silver. Claire's, which is a jewelry store
Robin,
at the mall,
silver
offers
is
silver.
expensive.
And you
okay.
could have made it plated. You went stainless steel, which isn't even stainless. Dude,
It's only less.
It's if it doesn't speak to how they operate. I mean, I'm being honest. If it doesn't speak how they
Don't say
operate.
that.
Where
You know how much money
they are just trying to make
Do you know how much
quick
money
money.
they make?
They're trying to make money so quick that they come out with jewelry and they make sure it's not even nice. They just want to
Look at how much money they made for people. They made people millionaires. I'll leave it at that. Can you say that? No, you can't, Robin.
They made a very small amount of millionaires.
No, they made a decent
more
amount
millions.
of people millionaires,
And then they just handed out their JPEGs to celebrities to get.
which made everyone millionaires. Anyways, Robin, do you think the Earth is round or flat?
Is this a real question?
Yes.
I'm not even going to answer.
Is a
Robin
flat-
said round. Well,
is a
if
flat
you
Earth.
are a flat earther, how can you say the Earth is flat when these yoga pants say they're not? Rocco, are these available on internetcrypto.com?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. And then finally,
Like, I'm just trying.
you know, we're in Las Vegas where
The Middle East is right in the middle of. I'll just.
the Middle East. You know, this Las Vegas, you know, $100 handshakes, right? You tip everywhere you go for the most part. Apparently, though, these booking apps are asking for a tip saying, would you like to leave a $6 tip for saving you $57?
What?
Do you ever press no on the tip thing when they flip it around?
Leave a $6 tip.
On what, like the iPads when you're
Yeah.
checking out?
Yeah.
I always tip.
I was asked for a tip at the gas station. I was like, what did you do for me?
Yeah, I tip everywhere that yeah,
That you're provided a service, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
With people.
Well,
Yeah,
then this is a service, right? They saved you $57. Why can't
You
you
have
leave
a
$6 tip?
person over there. A person needs to be on the side. I need to make eye contact with you if I'm gonna tip you.
Well, I don't understand how you tip $6 and get $57 back. I don't understand.
No, saying by booking on our website, you saved $57. So would you like to leave us a $6 tip?
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Nothing's
But
free in
that's
this world.
tricky because then you go to the other website and you see that actually you didn't save anything.
Speaking of tipping, we don't have any super chat. Sorry. Go ahead.
Wow, Solicitor General over here. We do have actual crypto news, guys, I promise. And here's one of them from the man himself. The amount of amazing content this young man puts out, he's not even 21 yet. Pretty crazy. Will Clemente, for the first time in 1.5 years, the 90-day change in stablecoin supplies just flipped positive. This means that we are finally seeing net capital inflows through stablecoins for the first time since the bear market began. Robin, how significant is this? We always talk about, right? Well, what's a bull market? New money coming in, money flowing in. Well, here we go. Stable coins are starting to flow Positive net.
I don't know, man. I think that yes, we keep capital on the side in stablecoin. I think it's more about net inflows into the market, right? Basically, are people taking cash out of their checking account and then moving it into onboarding it onto an exchange? And I don't know where that metric would be found, but I think stable coins moving to, people selling stable coins, all in the ecosystem. It's all the broader market cap, right? So the market cap of crypto in its entirety is 1.41 trillion per coin market cap, and that does include the stables. So you just have money circulating, moving around. I think it's more the sentiment of the market where you have people willing to DCA or take all their capital on the side, but we need that. We need the market cap of crypto to go up.
Are we in a bull market?
No.
No.
We're coming out of the bear market. I'll say that. Now, if you have that idea like, hey, it's either bear market or bull market, then sure, we're not in a bear market anymore. But I don't really look at it this right now in that way. I think that we're consolidating on Bitcoin. We're shaking out all of the FUD from the bear market. I think right now we're just trying to find price stability in Bitcoin. They're building in the altcoins, and we're putting in the infrastructure to come in for the next bull market. Right. So, what do you think? You think we're in a bull market right now?
I do.
You think?
I do.
So?
Yeah. And the trend has changed.
Okay.
Money's flowing
Do you think that you're either in bull market or bear market, and there's no in between?
Yeah.
Do you think that in traditional markets? Do you think that the S&P 500 is either in
If
a
the
bull
trend is up, you're in a bull market, in my opinion. The trend is down, you're in a bear market, right?
See, for me, the bull
I know the
market,
traditional markets are, if it's a drawdown of 20%, then you're in a bear market. If it's, they have certain metrics and fundamentals they like to look at. For me, it's the trend, right?
For me, the bull market is when
New money flows.
When you have big movements in the market, right?
So you don't think a move of 27 and 37K is a big move for Bitcoin?
I didn't say it wasn't. I just don't think it's
So
a bull.
then by your definition,
Bull market means it's the market itself is absolutely ripping, right? And so for me, I look at this right here is a bull market from here to here. This little up going from this over here on the right is the bull market. This is not a bull market. If you were to sit here and say, well, here we're at 3,000, now we're at 10, we're in a bull market. So for this 1.5 years, we're in a bull market. No, I don't think 1.5 years of consolidation trading sideways is a bull market. We came out of the bear market here. Yeah, I think the bear market ended in 2019. In May of 2019, the bear market ended. We went from 3,000 and 4,000, shot up to 10. This was a little rally, consolidated. Boom. All the way to here. This was a bull market. This is a bull market. And then you can go back, you can back test that same theory here. This right here is the bull market. And then so I don't know. That's how I look at the markets, man. I don't think it's red light, green light. I think it's red light, green light with a yellow light in there. Don't forget about that yellow light.
Yellow. Yes, yellow. Yellow, caution. Caution here, as there is a lot of key events happening this week. This is from the Kobeisi letter. Tuesday, we get CPI numbers. Wednesday, PPI numbers. Wednesday, also retail sales data. Building permits data on Friday, and a total of 14 Fed speaker events. 14. They're trying them out, and here we are. And so, why do we show you this? Well, if you're a trader, right, it's important to know some things that could potentially bring some volatility, whether it's to the upside or downside. That's what we got to figure out. We had a $10 super chat from Chris Morris. Said, you always do a rate my portfolio. Would you guys ever consider disclosing your personal portfolios? Potentially. I would potentially be open for that. Not sure when or what it would look like, but I'll keep it on the table. We'll leave it at that. Anything you're particularly, Robin, keen on keeping your eye on here? The CPI data. Do you think we're gonna keep trending upwards?
I think.
Do you think it's gonna move the market?
CPI is the one that moves the market.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Everything else, I don't put so much weight on it.
Okay. And then we have this video from Chainlink founder Sergey Nazarov. And let's hear what he had to say. Where'd you go?
Scalability are the main technical challenges. I think this legal challenge is the final hurdle that needs to be resolved by various, organizational, governmental, other bodies. And once it's resolved, I think the massive amount of value that's ready to be transacted is really the greatest absolute dollar amount that will ever be transacted or has ever been transacted so far. Because it's just so much of the value that wants to flow into this format. And I think that in Asia, I saw that value is really being enabled to flow into the blockchain format and the digital asset format in a very concerted, thoughtful way, and especially in Hong Kong, which I was very impressed by.
So this was at Hong Kong FinTech Week. But he's saying we're about to see the largest movement of money ever, right? Bridging from Web 2 to Web 3. Real world asset tokenization, liquidity flowing into blockchain. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree as well.
Yeah. I think you're going to have more people using blockchain. I think it was a lot of speculation on what blockchain can do, right? In early 2020, everyone was like, what's a smart contract? Okay, cool. Oh, wow. DeFi, we can trade without banks, without exchanges. I can. That was the theory, and it was started in practice, right? And even in practice with Ethereum, bogged down, slow, high transaction fees, wasn't very practical. But the idea of it was pretty badass. Kind of very similar to the early age of the internet, right? You sold this promise of the internet, what it's going to be, and then all of a sudden you sign up for AOL.com and you have dial-up internet. Everything is extremely slow. You can't watch videos. You take 8 to 10 minutes to download a song. Virus gets a computer gets a virus. Anyways, it just sucked, right? There was just, in hindsight, to where we're at now. But everybody understood the promise. We understood where it was going. We understood the potential. We understood how it was going to be disruptive technology. But when you first got on and started playing with it, it was crap. And I think this is more or less where we're going, right? You're going to see inflows of money. You're going to see institutions using it. You're going to see the broader utility expand, and you're going to see these dApps really flourish. And then also you're going to see a partnership from traditional companies and dApps, and where we see these apps that live on iOS and on Samsung, that people are sending money through Cash App or social media. There's going to be an integration, or at least a partnership, where these apps and dApps are being functional, and they're going to be that much better running on blockchain.
And it just makes sense. It's cheaper. It's faster. It's the new age, right? New age of technology. And for me, and I talk about Chainlink all the time, but one of the reasons I'm so bullish on Chainlink is because it's not just connecting blockchain with blockchain, Solana to Ethereum to Cardano to Polkadot. It is also going to be bridging private chains to public blockchains as well. So, for example, JP Morgan Chase, they have their own blockchain, with Chainlink being the aggregator and the cross-chain interoperability protocol. If that liquidity all lives there, and these private blockchains can interact with the public blockchains, and it's just free flow across blockchains, private, public, this, that. I mean, we talk about breaking the barrier to entry down. I don't think there's any other project that's doing that better and has a grander vision than Chainlink, which is why I am so bullish on Chainlink. And I will continue to be so bullish on Chainlink. I'm also very bullish on crypto inflows. So this is from CoinShares. Crypto fund inflows of $293 million in 1 week bring the yearly total above $1 billion. As you can see here on this histogram, This is the largest 3-week accumulation we have seen in a very, very long time.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Why don't you pull this up earlier? And I was saying, I want to know where the inflows to the exchanges are. And you
Well,
just
here you
stood
are.
silent.
Because I was saving it. So just to give you a breakdown, guys. So here on the as far as country, right? Canada leads the way with $105 million in weekly inflows, followed by Germany and Switzerland above 50, or sorry, United States at 81.1, and then Germany and Switzerland at 50 million. Year to date, the U.S. leads the way at 574 million, followed by Germany and then Switzerland. And if we scroll down a little bit more to take a look at what assets are getting the net flows, here we go. It's on a weekly basis. So Bitcoin continues to lead the way, like head and shoulders above the rest. $240 million. Last week we saw net outflows from Ethereum. This week we see the opposite. Net inflows of 49.1 million. And then Solana continues to see week after week inflows. This week, 12.4 million. And short Bitcoin. People are not shorting Bitcoin as much as they used to because that is down 7 million. Any thoughts on this, Robin? You always talk about money flowing in. Well, money's flowing in by a large amount. $1 billion year to date, averaging about 200 million over the last 3 weeks. That would be 60% of the yearly inflows have happened in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it moves in tandem with the bull market, right? Or one is relying on the other. Inflows feed the bull market feed the euphoria, which feeds more money coming in because people have FOMO. And yeah, I don't know. I mentioned it earlier. This is what we need, baby. Cash.
We need cash.
We need that cash
need
coming
cash.
to crypto. But I still think the net inflows have to be institutional, at least from the state.
It is.
Right?
No, these are all institutions.
That's what I'm saying. And so that market cap is growing, but I think it's because of institutions preparing and positioning for the next bull run with the ETF.
Robert, why don't you yell at some people and
All right, cool.
just
So
pronounce some names.
if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We got 180 people watching with 80 likes, so we got less than 50% like ratio. So do us a favor, hit the like button, support the channel, support your favorite host. Who is your favorite host? I want to know. Put a 1 in the chat if it's Big Rob. Put a 2 in the chat if it's Big Rob. All right, now.
Of course, you get the clap.
Appreciate it. All right, and then a couple new people here. It's actually, I think everybody that I'm name has been here before, but names have faded because I haven't seen you too much. J Pool, Leber, Nuke the Whales, and Bullduck. To all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Coin Market Calendar. So every Monday, we tell you guys what are the big happenings in the top 100. So XDC 2.0 is going live on the testnet. That is today. We also have Dutch Blockchain Week going on from today through the end of the week. And then there's another one on here. Oh, an AMA here for GMX. If you're an investor or you want to learn more about GMX, they are having an AMA today at 2 p.m. UTC. Not sure when the hell that is. UTC is London time, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it as far as the important ones. And then moving on to options interest, we can see here over 289,000 Bitcoin worth of options on the call side. So this is about 2 to 1, right? 2 to 1, 66% of all option open interest is on the bulls, right? The bullish side, which is the call options, and then only 33% is on the puts. Volume has continued to grow, and if we take a look here,
This
guys,
is on futures, Bitcoin.
this is on options open interest, correct, on Bitcoin.
It's not good
What do you mean it's not good?
because the whales are going to try to short the market, push the market down.
Well, the majority of the money is on the call side, so they want the price to go up, and a lot of it is actually coming in at the $40,000 strike price. So but here's a problem, and we're going to go over crypto.com just introduced a pretty stupid product, I believe. It's called a strike. What the hell are they doing? Anyways, we are getting a lot more money flowing in from institutions. We saw last week the CME flip Binance on open interest in futures. So we're seeing in here, I'll just go right here. Here we go. CME at 130, let's call it 113,000 Bitcoin in open interest, flipping Binance. And so you're getting a TradFi company. The traditional rails of investing is now leading the rest of the crypto agnostic markets, right? The exchanges that delve in only crypto. A lot of people, Robin, look at this and say, well, the whole point of crypto was for us to get away from the traditional companies and the traditional markets. And here we go. These guys are coming in here. They're taking over. What do you say to those people?
It's a dumb narrative, man.
Why is it dumb?
It's dumb because you can't have a global financial instrument that everyone can use without institutions using it. You're just not. It's like not gonna happen, bro. If you're gonna have a product that makes money that everyone's using, whether it's crypto or it could be anything, right? You can sit here and say, I made a telephone and it's just designed for me and you to talk, but we don't want companies to take advantage of it because it's an emerging technology. It's wishful thinking for someone that's ignorant to the fact that big money is going to make money off of the little money. It's just how it is. Now, if you want to just transact without an intermediary, then go buy some weird little small altcoin and send it back and forth. Ain't no institution's going to be in that thing. Ain't going to be no government on that. I'm serious. But if you want to have a large network that you can trust, Bitcoin's decentralized, and you want to send money from one to the other, sure, there's going to be companies getting in, making money off of it, taking advantage of the market. But at the end of the day, the more decentralized it is, the less they're going to be able to influence it. But they're gonna have a seat at the table, whether you want them or not. Whether you want them to or not.
Yeah,
That's why that narrative it always irritates me. These other content creators, they come back to that all the time. Oh, we don't want this institutions here. This is bad for Bitcoin. Stands against what we're trying to create. Like, do you want the price to go up or not? We can go back to the days where you're buying a pizza with 10,000 Bitcoin. There was no institutions then, but you bought Bitcoin and you were like, I hope it goes up.
That's the thing. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right?
Yeah, you want the price to go up? It means you need to have adoption. Adoption means more people getting in. And more people also include institutions. That's where a lot of money is at.
Let's take a look at this here. This is from CryptoRank.io. So so these are the most popular coin searches in the last 7 days, right? Do with this information as you please. X, Shido, Ordi, the weird names. But going on here, some of the projects you have heard of. Solana's getting a lot of buzz. Arbitrum, Aptos, Optimism, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Caspa. I know a lot of our community is pretty big on Caspa.
This is like a Google search or not Google, but it's just
these are trending
searches.
Trending searches, yeah. And if we go, so this is over the last week. If we go over the last 24 hours, Celestia, this has been getting a lot of love here. So Celestia, this came across. So the first modular blockchain network for anyone to easily launch their own blockchain. So when this is way in the early days of our channel, we did a review on Komodo. Remember Komodo protocol?
Yeah.
Same idea, right? You're essentially a platform, a launch pad for people to launch their own blockchains. So I'm not a big fan of that. I just think L2s are more popular. Just build an L2 on top of an already existing network. And then as far as most visited coins, Baby Doge. So this tells me people are still looking at being degenerates. Stop being degenerates. You literally have the opportunity of a lifetime to position yourself to make a crap load of money and wealth for you and your family. Don't try to chase a quick 10x, guys. Please, you're gonna probably lose money. Anyways,
What about like toddler Doge or grandpa Doge? I feel like we should get some more family members in there.
yeah, anti-Doge.
Anti-Doge. Okay.
Guys, we'll be right back. We're gonna go launch a meme chain. And then we also show you this every single Monday. Guys, we like to keep you informed here at Sin City Crypto. So this is token unlocks happening over the next 7 days. The big one for me is going to be Flow, coming in at a quarter of their total circulating supply will be released, which is worth about $1.74 million. ApeCoin continuing with their shitty tokenomics. They are releasing over the next 3 days 4.23% of the circulating supply. Oasis Protocol.
Remember when ApeCoin came out? It was like $25.
Yeah, $22. Yeah,
$22.
those are the good days, I guess. Sitting on $1.53. Yeah, not bad. Still has a market cap of $500 million. People are still investing in it. So keep these things in mind, guys, especially if you are a trader or you're looking at short-term trends. So there we have it. With that being said, Robin, let's take a look at where the markets are.
All right. So we got the crypto market cap once again. We were talking about it earlier at 1.41 trillion.
Greed.
76. We're getting over here to the extreme greed here.
Does that worry you?
It typically pulls back, but here's the thing. You mentioned you think we're in a bull market. During the bull market, it's just greed all the way. You get a couple of small pullbacks, but I think the sentiment is that people are comfortable in DCAing or at least spot buying into crypto. I think that's more of a measure right now, is that people feel comfortable, right? It was only 4 or 5 months ago we were questioning, hey, how long is this bear market going to last? Are we going to get past 25,000? Are we going to go back down? There was a lot of uncertainty in the market. I think that everyone is in agreement, at least in the crypto markets, that the sentiment is changing, that the ETF is coming, institutions are coming, the halving is right around the corner, and hey, start putting your positions in now. I think the bear market is over. The lows are in, and taking a look.
Do we ever get under 30K again, Robin?
We talked about that on Friday. I think that I feel confident that we won't go under 30K. If I had to put a percentage on it, I think it's about 80% chance we stay above 30K.
What about 20K?
Under 20K? No, we're done with that. Now there could be some grand problems, some giant black swan event. Sure. Maybe we'll wick down to 19,000. Even if that happened, I don't think it would be short-lived. Even the FTX collapse was pretty small, right?
What do you mean pretty small?
I mean, it was short-lived. I mean, my apologies. Yeah. And so you can see here, this was the FTX collapse. And yeah, it was right here. So it went from 20,000 in October down to 15. We were only there for 2 months. So if we only
now you say, Rob, you say only. I feel like people in the crypto market, 2 months feels like forever. But guys, in the grand scheme of things, 2 months is not a long time.
The FTX collapse with Sam Bankman-Fried, that was like the world was on fire in crypto. Huh? That was a year ago. It was 2 months. So for 2 months, the world was on fire, and we were under 20 grand for 2 months. And so for us to go back under 20 grand, I find it highly unlikely. And in the event that happens, it will be even shorter lived than this 2 months. It'll be even less time than this.
I cannot see a single situation where Bitcoin goes under 20K.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You could have said the same thing with the COVID, right? You had the COVID pull down. Yeah. And so nobody saw that. But here was
another global pandemic, sure.
But this was, I mean, in all honesty. So we dipped down to 3,000. It's not here in this chart, but we had this. We were at 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, $10,000. Or was it here? Yeah, $10,000 Bitcoin, and then boom, bottom fell out. It says 5,000. It got down to 3,000, like 800.
34. Yeah.
And that would, I think that would, if for what we're saying, if there was some global black swan event, I think that would be very similar to then. I think it's possible that we go under 20K, but it will be just as short lived as this black swan event in 2020, where we dropped down to 5,000, and that was only a week. It was only a week. We went from 3,000 back up to 6,006. So
Let me ask you a question, right? Because here's the and I say this from personal experience, right? Bear market, you start buying, then price starts moving, like, oh no, I'm not done buying yet. And then the price starts to go down and you stop buying because new fear comes. The people that are looking at a $36,800 Bitcoin and they're waiting for another pullback to 32K, 30K, 33K. You think, is it worth the risk of an ETF getting approved this week and this thing shooting up to 50K versus waiting for a $3,000 cheaper entry price? Well, what's your stance on that?
if you could buy Apple stock at $1.25 in 1998, would it really matter? Are you buying Bitcoin? If you're trading Bitcoin, sure, that's different. Go look at the charts. But if you're somebody, like you said, you are trying to do a spot buy on Bitcoin, you're wondering if it's a good time now to buy, just buy it. Just buy it now. Don't sell the damn thing for 5 years. That's it.
Has there ever
The
been
game is simple. Stop overcomplicating stuff. Stop overcomplicating stuff. Don't go live in a motel because you think housing prices are going to drop 4 years from now, and then you're just living in a motel for 4 years. Just buy the damn house now, then refinance later. You want Bitcoin? Buy some. You paid 10% more in a week. Cool. You know what? You're going to be up 100x 8 years from now.
And let me tell you guys, from a psychological standpoint, once you adopt that mentality of, hey, this isn't a 6 month, 8 month thing where I'm looking to make a 10x in the next year, and you expand your time horizon out 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even 10 years, you really can't lose. And tell me another time in history when it comes to investing or having an opportunity to put money into something that's been the case. Bitcoin is literally mathematically programmed to go up in price.
It's not programmed to go up.
Pretty much. As long as
It's
as long as there's still buyers, it is mathematically programmed to go up.
It's not mathematically programmed. Satoshi did not program a price. The price is set by exchanges. There's nothing to do with price in the blockchain code. Okay? Calm down.
We have the halving.
Okay. Where in the blockchain code is there any mention of price?
What I'm trying to
Bitcoin
say
is the
is,
best crypto asset. What's the second best? There is no second best. There is no second best.
there's no second best. There is a first best, and that is Bitcoin. What I'm trying to say is, it's programmed to continue to gain value as long as the demand is still there, which obviously demand, we believe, will continue to be there. So with every halving and the block rewards get cut in half, demand goes up, supply shrinks. It's programmed.
It's a
to go up.
finite supply. And so as people want to, the thing is the price of Bitcoin also, what people don't realize is that, well, you have people losing Bitcoin. So there's Bitcoin that's being removed. But what a lot of people fail to realize is that the price of Bitcoin is correlated with inflation as well. And commodities are the same thing. It's not that all of a sudden gold is more sought after this year versus 10 years ago. The prices went up since then. It actually kind of balanced out for a little bit. But anyways, you look at the history of a commodity, a barrel of oil, an ounce of gold. Over time, the price goes up. It's not because it has more use case and utility. It's not that all of a sudden you're like, man, this gas thing is pretty badass. Hey, man, I just discovered this gold stuff. It's changing the world. No, it's been here as a commodity. It's a scarce asset. People want it. And as the price or as the value of fiat currency is debased, it takes more of that currency to buy a commodity. So as we keep crapping on our fiat system and debasing how much money our spending power, it takes more dollars to buy gold, takes more dollars to buy gas, where we see it at the pump, and it takes more dollars to buy Bitcoin. So unless you stop that trend and reverse it, then at that point, our system, when you take a look at Bitcoin in relation to the price of dollars or how much dollars it takes to buy Bitcoin, it's going to take more dollars to buy Bitcoin for the simple fact that it doesn't inflate, at least not more than what's mined, and the dollar inflates. So that's the mathematics. It's not programmed into the code, but it's going to go up because fiat is irresponsible.
I like everything you said, Robin.
You know,
Round of applause.
Appreciate
that. That was very well said.
Everyone always says that they hate the crypto influencers, but
I don't like that
Rocco?
word. I don't like the
Influencer?
word influencer.
you hit the take
Crypto influencer is not. I don't like that word.
the crypto influencers.
I create content.
Uh,
I provide information.
TATE.
I
The
provide
book.
information.
And there was all these crypto influencers on Twitter. Bruv, these are the worst people in the world, these people. All these crypto influencers.
Yeah.
The top G has spoken. Robin, what do the rest of the markets look like? I know ETH is still above 2K. Tether's at $1, dude. It is moving.
Dude, we have been doing this show for 2 years. That joke is so. That's like the guy that has the stud finder at his house. He's just like, he puts it on his chest. He's like, found one. Guess what? The price of
Anyway.
Tether's $1.
Now we have XRP 65 cents. Solana pullback from over $60 down to $55. Rob, is a $55 Solana still a good entry point?
If you are going to hold it to the next bull market, yeah. I just
What?
I like Solana. I don't like Solana as much at $55. All-time high was 230 or 280. What
About
was it?
250. 260.
So it's a 5x away from all-time highs.
That's if you're only assuming it's going to get back to its all-time high.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't even. It was number like 3 or 4 in the market cap list at one point. It got up there.
I
man.
never think
it got up there, man.
I don't think so. I could be wrong. For me, what worries me a little bit about Solana is the amount of money the amount that FTX has, and I know they're staking it. I know some of it's unlocked, but what happens? What happens to that money when it becomes unlocked? Now, if the exchange gets restarted, I think it's a different story. But other than that, to me, Solana's still at $55. I think this thing is a $250, $300 billion market cap coin. With Fire Dancer coming, the UI, the tech is great. Hasn't had any downtime. So
you're saying that
I think it's still
at the market cap, you said 300 billion. You're talking
250 to 300. If the total crypto market cap is $5, $6, $7 trillion, I do think Solana can get to a quarter.
My
billion,
thing about Solana is that there's so much competition in the layer one. And you got Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, all in this layer ones, Polkadot, Avalanche. Throw those in there. And then you're gonna have some sleepers that are gonna creep in.
Near, I picked up some. I tweeted this on Twitter. I picked up some Near at $1.30.
You could argue ICP could give Solana a run for money.
Yeah.
You got Hedera could creep in. Near, there's a lot of potential layer ones. And so for me, it's a saturated market. And Solana right now, there's a lot of bullish sentiment in it. There's a lot of euphoria, but let's just not forget they've had their speed bumps, man. And their speed bumps came from knocking the wheel off of the car when it hit the speed bump, going way too fast, and the whole thing just stops. You have to change the tire. And we know that they've had multiple instances of downtime. I think we're past that. But I'm not sold. Not sold that they're going to move forward and not have any issues at all.
Fire Dancer is going to be a game changer, bro.
Yeah, but
Fire Dancer is gonna be a game
Fire Dancer gets hosed and the network goes down, okay, do you think there's any chance the network goes down? It went down. It went down like what, 8 times or 13 times or
there's
something
a
crazy?
chance. But
But
at
do
some
you
point-
think it's so minute of a chance that
Robin, there's a chance that the Apple gets rid of Tim Cook and CEO comes in and tanks them.
Okay, so Ethereum's network has never went down other than the ETH Classic thing where they reversed the blocks. But realistically,
That was pretty
100%
big.
uptime. Cardano, 100% uptime. Polygon, 100% uptime. Chainlink, 100% uptime. And then you got Solana, who's went down a lot of times. And I can't dismiss that. I just can't. Now,
So at
if
what point,
I
okay,
was,
but at what point do you move past that and say, okay, over the
it
last
was just
year,
a year ago. You're acting like this was back in like 1999. This was like a year ago. And what I'm saying is that I think we moved past it. However, at $55, I don't know if it's that exciting
you know,
anymore.
Robin, Amazon also came out and it dropped down to $1.
But Amazon's website was still up. You could still
you cannot
order
say
on
that with
Amazon.
certainty that Amazon didn't have any technical issues. I don't know the answer to that, but you can't say with certainty it did.
I have never went
All
to
I'm
Amazon
saying
and
is,
it
at
said
what point?
you couldn't order.
All I'm saying is, at what point do you look at? Okay, they're moved past it. They're making progress. What they're doing in the space and bringing users in is very valuable. So when you look at a total crypto market cap of $5-6 trillion, which I'm pretty sure you can agree with, that's probably where we're headed to. We got to 3. We can get to 5. And you don't think 250, 300 billion of that can go to something like Solana? With what they're doing, their technology, their user interface, all the onboarding, the NFT marketplace. I mean,
So you're trying to say that they're gonna be a third of $1 billion or a third of a
250 to 300 billion dollar market.
they're gonna be a third of $1 trillion at a $5 trillion market cap on crypto.
Yeah.
And you think that this mathematically makes no sense, man.
How does it mathematically make no sense?
Because that would be okay. So a third of $1 trillion. So that's 30% of one. I'm trying to think of it. How much is that per?
A third of $1 trillion is $333 billion.
I know that part. I'm just trying to say how much of the overall market cap.
That would be
If 20%, if $1 trillion is 20%, then yeah. Anyways, it's a lot of percentage, man. And where it's gonna break down at is the fact that you're in a saturated market in
It's
layer
a lot
ones.
of percent, man.
It's a lot of percent. It's a saturated market in the layer ones. There's a lot of competition, and I just see that right now it doesn't look as sexy as it
The
did
number, by the
when
way,
it was
is 15%.
15% of the market.
Yeah. For the second leading layer 1, yeah. Yes.
That means your Cardano would fall back to the wayside.
Yep.
You're saying XRP wouldn't have a foot.
Different.
Chainlink wouldn't. Chainlink wouldn't do. Chainlink wouldn't do what you're doing.
Different mediums. They're not the same.
It's an overall
I'm talking
market cap.
L1s. I understand. But we know all of that runs on L1.
Okay, so you could pick one L1 to marry for the rest of your life. Who are you picking?
I don't want to answer that question.
Who?
I'm not going to marry just one. I'm going to Utah. I'm marrying multiple.
Why are you guys? Mormon?
Dated a Mormon girl one time. Why? You know they got to have a secret handshake when they go to the temple. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. But what do you guys think? Are you with me or are you with Robin? Put a 1 if you're with David, put a 2 if you're with Robin. Hopefully you've been paying attention to our
So you
argument.
think you're just moondoggy on Solana?
It's not about being moondoggy. I see the potential in it. I do.
I just don't like it at $50, man. I liked it when it was under 20.
Sure, I like Bitcoin at 15.5, Robin, but hey, guess what? Now it's
No.
37.
Solana was greatly undervalued compared to its all-time highs. And when you're looking at the basket of layer ones in the top 30 altcoins, right? The top 30 altcoins to see where it was, where the price is now, where it could potentially go. It got beat to death, bro. And that price was looking good for a while, man. And now, I don't know, man.
Scared. You sound scared.
As you should be. They had tons of downtime and a phone that nobody
Where's
uses.
Robin? Who are you and where's Robin? The Robin I started this
I
channel
like
was not
Solana.
scared.
I like Solana. It's just the price right now just isn't looking that good to me, man.
Let's move on. Let's move on to Cardano. What if I told you Charles Hoskinson got a new look? Cardano founder targets collaboration with Kraken on the L2 network. Come on, guys.
What is that?
Come on, cryptopolitan. Cryptopolitan. What is this? Looks nothing like him. God, show the man some respect. Charles, if you're watching, this is unacceptable. Please come on the show. We've been emailing you. In a strategic move that may reshape the landscape of blockchain networks, Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson, has expressed interest in partnering with Kraken to develop a layer 2 network. Kraken, which is currently exploring partnerships for their own layer 2, like Coinbase, had previously focused on Polygon and Matter Labs. This network aims to address emerging challenges in the cryptocurrency sector while leveraging new opportunities. So the next part of the article I'm going to read here talks about Coinbase and how they launched their Base network on the Optimism protocol. Since its inception, Base has amassed a total value of $300 million, ranking it the 10th most popular chain. This achievement has increased Coinbase's market share and enhanced its visibility in the crypto space. Robin, Kraken, not the biggest exchange, still has 2 million users as of end of year 2022.
I like Kraken.
I like Kraken as well. Kraken's got a solid team. Not a lot of coin offerings, but no security issues. They've stood solid for a very long time.
Kraken's got a lot of tokens.
Not as much. Not as much when you come. Okay. Anyways, while you look up the answer that I'm right, Robin, Cardano, right? Not really known for its partnerships, right? Kind of like with Polygon, Solana, but here we are. Looks like Charles is starting to reach out, and we know that sidechains is a big narrative for Cardano and Charles that they're pushing. What are your thoughts on a potential partnership with Kraken and Cardano? We know that it's immensely helped Coinbase, right? One of the things that Coinbase executives have said is the nice thing is now that they're not so reliant on spot trading fees to keep the company going and keep the valuation of the company high. So what are your thoughts here? Does it say more for Cardano if this happens? Or does it say more for Kraken if this happens?
More for Kraken.
Really?
Yeah. Remember, Cardano is just really an ecosystem that people build on. So you're gonna need more people are gonna need to come into the space. Okay, so what makes a chain successful? It's users coming in and using it, right?
Users and liquidity.
Yeah, liquidity, users, tokenomics. And I think that Cardano just needs other companies and dApps and developers to come in and build on it, right? And because they have the retail, they have the average crypto retail degen. I think like there's a large sentiment of them that love Cardano, right? They're retail driven. People love it. People like the promise. People like Charles Hoskinson. But I think they're just waiting for more and more users to jump on. But now we'll say this. It's big for Kraken, man, because we saw the power of BNB. If they could sniff out just a little bit of what BNB had last bull market, that's big for them. And leveraging someone like Cardano, sure, that sounds good. It doesn't really matter. For me, the partnership doesn't matter, right? They could have did Ethereum, Cardano. It's interesting they chose Cardano. I think
they haven't. They're in talks.
Or in talks at
potential partnership.
But I think that speaks a lot of Cardano. You know, the fact that these exchanges are willing to build with them. But I think it's more of an indictment for Kraken.
Is this enough of if this does go through? Is this enough of a narrative to change? Well, people say Cardano doesn't do any partnerships. They're out.
They at this point they're pretty decentralized. It's not like they're sitting down in a boardroom and saying, "Hey, do you want to build on Cardano? Come." No, I mean I think there is some promotion. I think there are talks. where they're saying, hey, here's the positives of our chain. Why don't, we have developers that can help you. We have toolkits for your devs. And so I'm not saying it's I'm not saying that Cardano is so decentralized that it's 100% pick and choose. It would be like saying, hey, do you want to build a layer 2 on Bitcoin? What does that mean for Bitcoin? It doesn't mean nothing for Bitcoin. It just means that people decided to build on it. And I think that's where we're at with Cardano. And as you become more decentralized.
But we understand narratives matter, correct, Robin? Narratives matter.
Okay.
You disagree?
But what do you mean by narrative, and how
narratives
does that apply?
matter, right? The narrative of, Cardano is now no longer just a slow chain that doesn't do partnerships and is just grow.
You still that has been dead, man. I haven't heard that much. I think that has been put to sleep. And you might have a couple internet trolls out here beating this drum that Cardano's slow, but I feel confident that the crypto community has moved past that. That's my opinion. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. I moved past it. I don't think they're not slow. They're quick. They have uptime. They're becoming more and more decentralized. They have successfully running a lot of stake pools that are situated in a way to prevent centralization and control. And so I like what they're doing, and I think that companies are building on Cardano, not because Cardano pitched them, but they're just looking at the tech and they're like, hey, this fits our needs. And I think it's the right tool for our service. I think that's what it is. And in the same way that someone decides to build a layer 2 on Bitcoin, it's not that Bitcoin sold them. It's just that they were looking at it like, hey, this is the most decentralized, with the most uptime, been around, it's not been hacked, whatever it is. I feel safe building on Bitcoin. It's the same thing I feel what's happening with Solana. Companies are looking at them like, hey, this is the right fit for us. Not so much them being sold on the project.
Let's move on to this. So this was kind of weird. Crypto.com rolls out a crypto strike options to U.S. customers. Leading exchange Crypto.com is currently rolling out a new crypto derivatives products to its U.S. customers through its smartphone app. We know Coinbase has one. It's actually the interface for the Coinbase one. It's very lackluster, though. No, we'll go over that in a second. But we saw Coinbase and now Crypto.com. The new product called Strike Options allows users to potentially profit in just 20 minutes. When I read that, I was like, oh, God, here we go. With Strike Options, users can try to predict whether the underlying asset's price will go up or down by selecting either yes or no. Like, come on, man. Contract durations. These options offer a fast-paced form of trading with contract durations as short as 20 minutes. It allows users to make a profit in both bull and bear markets and carries a low initial cost of $10. Let me tell you, man, I've traded options for years. There is something called time decay. And the shorter options contracts are cheaper, but you need to get in the money a lot faster because of time decay. I don't know how that's going to work out. And I'm sorry, but I don't look at investing in crypto as, is price going to go up? Yes or no? Just click a button. I think that's dumb. What are your thoughts on that?
You can't stop people from betting, man. That's essentially what it is, right? I mean, you could say the same thing.
So they like stake.com now?
No, they're just offering.
Can't say .com.
They're offering the same services that the traditional investment apps would, right? The same way you were saying.
I'm trying to mouth your words here. I'm trying to match your.
So the same way that you got apps, the trading apps, it's the same thing. Instead of stocks, these exchanges on crypto are offering the same services. And sometimes it's easier just to say, hey, price go up or price go down. So you can't stop people from just gambling and being degenerate, man.
But you're an exchange. You're not a gambling website. You want to gamble, go to Stake or go to Rollbit.
You think that they're going to offer trading services and they're going to only do the complex version that the degen traders are going to? Okay, do you think that there should be derivatives and trading on Coinbase? Do you think they should be allowed to do it?
Yes, that's not the point, though.
So you think that they should have the blueprint way of doing it, the traditional way of doing it in the crypto sense, and you can't ever deviate from? No, they're going to do stupid stuff that they're going to offer services that are more simplistic, that carry more leverage, carry less leverage. It's just the you can't expect them not to deviate.
Speaking of carrying,
Real quick, a little shout out. We do have my ninja. He
it's not
gave
my
a
ninja. It's Min.
Min
Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Is in it to win.
Yeah. He said $5 super chat on when Sunday rant and ramble. I had the little health setback, and so we were revisiting how we're gonna structure that. But it's coming back. Just give us a few weeks. And then we do have some new people: David Motz, Ilmac, Last Days Daily, Dennis C, Coach 2288, Theron, Steven, my friend, and also to all of you. Hola! Welcome, Sin City Crypto.
While we're on the topic of derivatives, I have my Coinbase account pulled up here. And so if you want to trade the futures, which is a product that's still in beta, you have to answer a few questions. Employer, where do you work? How much money do you make? How many years of investing you have? Pretty simple. They prove you right away. But it's pretty lackluster. I mean, there's only really ETH and Bitcoin. This article shows they are going to be adding Solana and Avalanche as long as the liquidity provisions are there. But you can see here, and I'll kind of, it's not like what you guys are used to. The people in here that have leverage trade before, it's not the same. You don't get to pick what leverage you want to do. You do get to long or short, but it only tells you, and it has an expiry on it as well. So it's more like an options, right? An options future versus a true futures leverage trading. You can see here the volume, open interest, the change. And so it's exciting to see Coinbase expand to different products, although this is not it. But again, it is in beta. The whole reason of beta is you test it out, make changes. Hopefully they're listening to some of their users and from their experience. But hey, look, I think it's bullish that we're seeing a publicly traded United States exchange company going into the space, because I think there's a lot of money there. People want the product. And if people want the product, give it to them. It's their money. They made it. Let them spend it how they want, as long as people are educated and know what the hell they're doing. But to me, it says a little more about where we're going in regulation. If Coinbase was confident enough to launch futures, can we see something like KuCoin, Mexi, who doesn't really allow you to do that here in the U.S., start to move that product here in the U.S.? Those products, as far as leverage trading, are a lot better from my personal experience. So yeah, any thoughts on that, Rob?
More trading. More trading.
Yeah, more trading fees.
We love trading.
We love trading. We also love our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business grow, scale, maximize your networking in IT and cybersecurity, visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. Also, guys, tomorrow, rate my portfolio. I have not picked one yet, so there's still time. DM us on Twitter at SinCityCrypto1. We need percentages, total value, and what the goal for your portfolio is. We will pick one, and we will rate it on tomorrow's show with special guest Crypto Lifer will be joining us tomorrow. Excited for that. Should be fun. That's all I got. Rob, anything else? Super dry. Rocco, what is super dry?
It's okay.
Personnel?
Don't worry about it. Nothing you can gonna wear it. There's no in your real.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
Perfect. I will not worry about it, but what I will worry about is
Do
my
they sell it at Burlington? That's where he would purchase it.
No,
No.
CVS. They have-
Fiat.com. With his Fiat car, he also bought a shirt.
But something cool, Sin City Crypto merch, you can go always to the store
See,
instead,
you can always look at this finger and watch it go up.
and close your eyes.
Finger tornado. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. What an amazing show today was. Tomorrow will be an even better show. Make sure to come back on behalf of all of us here. This is Crypto. Love you guys. Till tomorrow.
Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon. solar, won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado